Hey guys, welcome to Tammy Book Lover. Today we're going to talk about Mine Again, written by Charae Lewis. This book is very good and highly stressful. So let's talk about the main characters. Main characters are Bronx and Yamish. Side characters are O'Leary, which is Mish's sister, Jax, which is Bronx's brother, Lamia, which is Bronx's best friend, then Orion, which is a side dude that's trying to get his name out there. There's other characters in the book. There's the parents, there's grandma, and things like that. So let me get into the book. First of all, guys, I'm going to tell you the story in this book. I normally don't tell you the full story, but I have to tell you the story because I'm stressed out. This book stressed me out highly. Bronx is going to jail because he basically lied for his cousin. They called him out on it, so he got sentenced to jail, right? Before he goes to jail, it's a stressful situation, and Mish is stressed out because she's going to miss him. She don't know what she's going to do, blah, blah, blah. Life's going to change. Everybody's giving speech. There's characters in the book that don't get along, and Mish does not get along with Lamia. Lamia is his childhood best friend because they've been friends since high school, and she came in the picture and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, now he's in jail. And now he's trying to be strong in jail. He wants her to be strong out there while he's out. So he's doing whatever he can to make her comfortable and make himself comfortable so the time could pass, right? Which is understandable. His mom is sick and she's been in and out, so he's worried about mom. Jackson, he's going to take care of mom, things like that. At the same time, he's like the really strong one out of everybody. He's super strong. So now, Mish wants to go out there and do something because she's home bored and she's like, okay, I want to do this, I want to do that. But she didn't communicate that with her husband. She didn't communicate before he got incarcerated. And then when he was incarcerated, she didn't tell him after the fact, which I thought was messed up. That's your husband. You guys have a strong bond. He should have been the first person you said, babe, I'm thinking of going back and blah, 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 But she dropped the ball on that one. So I'm like, all right, fine, I'll give it a pass, whatever. So she went on one thing, and then she met the client, and the client was like, oh, I like you, whatever, come to this party, I'm promoting, blah, blah, blah. We went to school together. And she's like, nah, not really. So she told her sister about it, and her sister said, oh, let's go, blah, blah, blah. So her sister forced her to go because she really didn't want to go. So anyway, she went, and lo and behold, old dude want her. And she's like, no, I'm married, I'm not playing that. So he picked up her hand, looked at her ring, and she's like, no, and she put him off and let go. While Lamia witnessed all of that and then went back and told Bronx. So anyway, her and Lamia don't see eye to eye, as I told you before. Anyway, Lamia went back to told Bronx, and Bronx checked her, really. Like, even though he know what old girl did was wrong, he checked her because she had no business stepping to his wife, which I understand. So I get that. Anyway, now Bronx wanted Mish to go check on his mom. So while she checked on the mom, why is Lamia there? And she had no business being there, but because she wants to be that staple in Bronx's life, she basically forced herself in the situation. They got into altercation. Mom dudes didn't take it well and had a heart attack. So now mom's dude in the hospital, not doing too good. They still got into it at the hospital. This is Lamia and Mish got into it at the hospital. No, grandma's not doing good. No, it's mom. Is it mom? Mom's not doing good. I'm sorry, guys. Mom's not doing good. So now he's like, okay. All right. So it's like, that's because Jackson's like, okay, I'll go check on mom. Y'all go home, blah, blah, blah. So she went home, and on her way home, she got attacked. And now she's in the hospital. I'm like, what in the world? What is going on? So, okay, now she's in the hospital. She's not doing good. They said she suffered brain injury, blah, blah, blah. She was out of it for a day or two. Lo and behold, when homegirl came around, homegirl have amnesia. She don't know nobody. Nobody. I'm surprised she knows her name. And I probably think the only reason why she knows her name because the mom keep on saying, Yamish, Yamish. That's probably why she knows her name. She knows nobody, right? So now, O'Leary found out and called Jackson and said, okay, my sister was attacked, blah, blah, blah. Let's tell Bronx. No, we can't tell Bronx. What? Y'all don't do this. Don't do this, because if you do this, it's going to be bad. this is how the messiness just continues. You see where I'm coming from? So nobody told Bronx nothing. So guess who's pretending to be Yamish? O'Leary, because why? They sound alike, they look alike, they could pass for twins. Yeah. So now we have a problem. So now O'Leary's pretending to be being Yamish, but at the same time she didn't want to, even when Jax brought it up to her. So she said, "No, that's not right. We gotta tell him. We gotta tell him." All of a sudden, homegirl changed tune like a couple months down the line. Now she loves talking to Branks now. Now she loves like talking, have this communication. I'm like, what in the world? So, you liked him now, or you liked him all along? Question number one, right? Anyway, now back to Lamia. Lamia now is trying to, as I said, be a staple in Bronx life. So everything that's going on, she want to know what's going on with what's wrong with this. She keeps on going visit him and telling him stuff, and then he keeps on checking her. And then she's like, she doesn't see nothing wrong with it, but I think she has a game plan. She think if she be upfront with Bronx, and even though he checks her, it will still cause enough tension in the relationship between him and Mish, so that she could still be a staple in his life. That's what I'm getting from her ulterior motive. So she keeps on doing stuff, popping up everywhere and stuff like that. So now things are getting out of control. Now that Mish completely has memory loss. So now everybody keep on telling her she's married. They said, "This is you, this is your husband, this is your wedding, you're married, blah, 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 blah." So she's like, okay, if I'm married, how come I can't see this husband? How come I haven't spoken to him? What's going on? You know what I mean? She knows that he's incarcerated because they told her that. But she said, but I could go visit him. And nobody wanted to tell me to go visit him. But yesterday I haven't spoken to him on the phone. But everybody keeps on telling me that I'm married. So she's up in her feelings. She's not in her right headspace. I'm not going to lie, because it's a brain injury. When your brain is damaged, you get brain fog and you start acting out. You're not thinking right. So I give her the benefit of the doubt for that. Especially for what she did later on in the book. Because I'm like, oh girl was not thinking. Anyway, she's doing more stuff. So now Orion's back in the picture. Orion's like, oh, I don't want you to style me, blah, blah, blah. She's like, oh, my relationship is complicated. Like, he's just complicating bits and pieces because he really wants to, he just want her. So he's just finding any ways unnecessary to get her, even though she's married. So, old girl did something wrong. And I'm like, I didn't like that. I didn't like that. She knew she wasn't supposed to do it, but because she couldn't phantom of being or lonely. Basically, she was just lonely. She went out with this guy. After a while, when it was almost getting too far, she's like, oh shit, my sister told me this, let me not do it. And she was out. Why homeboy home out of jail? Homeboy out of jail and homegirl got a hickey. And that's where the book ends. Y'all, let me tell you, I'm stressed. I am stressed. Because so much crap is happening in this book. I am beyond stressed. I'm like, oh. I'm not the only one, because I actually read the review, and a lot of people they're highly stressed. Charae is serious with this pen game. All her books are on point. You guys are sleeping on my girl. Check her out. All her books are on point. I can't wait for book 2. I know it's coming out shortly. I just don't know when, but I know it's coming out shortly because her books lapse more than maybe a month to 6 weeks before she puts out the second part. But I'm hoping it's a 2-part series, because this is just like, it's too stressful. And books are good, but man, it's a different type of stress level, a different type of anxiety when you read books, and it's like take you on a journey. You know what I mean? Overall, I think she did a good job. I can't wait for book 2. So I keep you guys posted when book 2 come out. Bye guys. Thanks for watching.